Coming up on today's episode of Man vs. House, Andy dances with woodworm, James reveals some horrors, Alan gets camera shy, James gets stuck in wires, and Andy removes them. Right, well, hello everybody. Hi. I'll give a little walk around while there's still daylight. I'm actually here and there's daylight. Amazing. So, what have I been up to this last few days? Well, mainly to do with that car, actually. Car, personal life, stuff. Yeah. Still bales of hay in the barn. But you know, place is clear, and then we had Storm Bram. Like, I keep thinking of Bram Stoker, you know, the Dracula, the author of Dracula. That came through, and looks like it opened a door for us there. Yep. Let's get the wide angle on there. Here we go. It's a bit better. And yeah, so that was a thing. But anyway, the nice thing is, with all the trees gone, I don't need to worry about it anymore. So just have to worry about the things we're already worried about. So that's been really good. And obviously the ground is very saturated, and that's been a problem. So me moving that, I had to move the van out because we're getting a delivery of timber coming up. Now I apologise, I haven't got my microphone with me. It's in my bag. It is here. I just didn't bring it over with me when I was over there. So I needed to move that. This is where the delivery truck's going to drop off the timber. So we want them to drop it off. That's where James has dropped off his rubble. That's to go on the floor of my bedroom. Car's got its NCT later. Fingers crossed, guys. I'm not very confident. I don't have much luck with NCTs. I've less luck than I did with MOTs in the UK, but yeah, I've done all I can, really. Gave it a good clean this morning. Had to go to, my youngest had his Christmas sort of play at play school. That was lovely. He was great. He played the king, one of the kings. I can't remember which one, but yeah, it was a little bit of a mash-up of the sort of standard nativity. But yeah, he was having an absolute blast. But yeah, this is more timber that's come out from, that's most of the floor. I think James ripped that out. And as you notice, yes, the skip is still here. So shall we go inside? Yeah, let's go and do that, eh? Yeah, let's go inside. All right. Get my key out. Fumble around. It's actually nice. It's actually strange being here during a daylight. It doesn't happen very often at the moment, just because the days are so short, and even on the weekends I've always got something to do, or I'm spending time with the kids instead of doing work. But here we are. I'll close that door for now, but yeah, let's see what we got up to. Apologies, there's not much light at the moment. I haven't turned all the lights on, but yeah, it's going to be very grainy. But yeah, you can see there, rubble is filling in the channels between the old things there. There's the fireplace. It's got a lot of water, so obviously we had a lot of rain with that storm, and that's caused a lot of water to fill in the bottom there, so we can see what happened there. And here's my weird studio. Like, yeah, it's like something that a serial killer would use, isn't it? I always have to put a negative vibe on things. Right. Yeah, dark vibe. Right, there's, yeah, but yeah. So my mission, if I can today, is to start ripping down all of this. I've been inspired by Tom on the Elfin Homestead channel, although, to be honest with you, we just happen to be in a bit of a synchronous state at the moment where what he's doing happens to be what I'm doing. I think I've actually got the benefit of not having had to do as much before than he has. I mean, or maybe I've just neglected to do those things. But yeah, we're at a similar state really in terms of getting things ready. So that's my plan, is to actually just start ripping this down. So I need to move most of the stuff out of here, or at least the stuff I care about, i.e. my new softbox lamps, and which I'm just using for filming the talkie stuff really. Maybe I'll do it for some of the other things, but yeah, need to move those bits out of there, and then just get myself going with the reciprocating saw. And yeah, and I think I gave them, that's the second chase up I've given these guys. So yeah, I think the trouble is that they did that through like I said before, like through an agent, like a reseller, and they're actually based in Mayo, so this is way outside of their sort of usual patch. Yeah. Oh, so here we go. You've got a bit of water in here, so they're a bit reluctant is what I was thinking, to come and get stuff. But yeah, you can see a bit of daylight up there. Yeah. And then one of the other things that's going to happen this week, which is really good, is, or hopefully this week, there we go, close that door. This door doesn't shut properly, and so when the wind gets very strong, it blows it open. That's why I keep that inner door closed, and that's why this room, and obviously you notice at the bottom there is no bottom to it, like that's kind of missing. And that's why this area always fills with leaves. But the nice thing is now the sycamore is gone, or mostly gone. No more sycamore leaves blowing in here. This room is always, even now, look, the last remaining sycamore leaves letting there. Look, see how the wind just blows in. Obviously, that's gotten worse since we've removed all of the shelter. So this, so basically, we're going to have like about, I don't know, whatever space we need to fit our door jambs to, like the door frame. And this is going to be cut across and then down, and this is going to be our doorway. Unfortunately, it's not stud, so it's not as easy as it would have been, but it is a brick wall. But that's going to be cut across, and we're going to put a new beam across for the door frame to hold the weight of the ceiling there, and the roof. The bracing for the roof, and then this wall here will remain. Although I have been asked that whether I wanted to remove this wall here, this one, because obviously you can make this room bigger and just have the door in the corner and have like a bigger utility room. I guess the answer to that is I don't know. Talk to James about it, but I feel like that could be significant, whereas just cutting a new door on that interior wall there might not be so bad. But yeah, because I think this wall is actually doing most of the heavy lifting for that roof. We'll talk about it. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna go and get myself ready. I have a little cup of coffee first and then get myself going. All right, guys, I'll see you in a bit. Hello. Hi. Don't know if you can see me there. Anyway, pointing up at the sky. Right. At the ceiling. I'm going to try and cut some of this stuff down. Let's see what we can do. I've only got a little bit of time now before I have to go back. I've got to go and do stuff. I've got to go and do the NCT on my car. Well, I'll have some dinner, and I'm going to do the NCT on my car. So it's all a bit messed up. So my week off has not gone as planned. I've done very little work on the house. I've done a lot of work on other things. So And I'm still way off what I need. I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed at the moment with things, unfortunately, which isn't great for my mental health. Yeah. So we'll do our best. Okay, so I know I'm not going to do any more right now. I'll come back for this. This is really pinching my nose, actually. There we go again. Every single time I forget about the hat. Oh, apologies, guys, for the sounds. It's not very nice. Yeah, well, there we go. Let's catch up in a little while. Cheers. Hello again. Only me. Right, let's. So, bad news. Car failed the NCT. Nothing major, just cracked coil spring I didn't even know about. But I think that may be the knocking noise I had. I thought it was an anti-roll bar, but it isn't. And, well, it could be that as well, but it's definitely got a cracked coil spring apparently. Driver's side front. And the handbrake. So I need to get that sorted out. Looks like it might need a new right rear caliper, like the return spring. If I can get a return spring, I just know the problem's going to be fitting it to get the old one will come off because obviously it's weak. It's a new caliper. Anyway, this isn't a car channel, Andy. Shut up about cars. Right. But yeah, there's another string to my bow, is that I can fix cars sometimes. Wow. What a horrible sight it all is. I'd say it's pretty. It ain't pretty. It's not pretty, but it's functional, mostly. This room hasn't had any leaks, even with the heavy rainstorms we've had. So I'm going to take that as good. Like, that's really stupid, Andy. You're wearing goggles, take them off, and then you start doing that. Right. Okay, let's leave that for today. I think we have to call it. Okay, you win, house. You win. Today. I'm weak. This is not my finest battle. Right. We will have you next time. Okay, guys, that's enough for tonight. Catch you later. I've got the hired help in today. The demolition expert. Demolition James today. Demolition James. Yeah. Yeah, well, it's an unknown, isn't it? Whoa. Some noise they're making, isn't it? God. See, that's the trouble. That's the trouble. I was tickling them last. I was tickling them. Yeah, last night I was having trouble getting the last bit off, and you.
Oh, in the other room.
Yeah, because I was worried. I was just a bit worried about what was happening in that. Yeah. But you need to be a bit more. I need to be a bit more aggressive.
Absolutely, more than that.
Yeah. Ah, nice. But look at this.
No.
Wow. That is cavernous now. It's like a chapel. It's like a chapel. The sun is out, the sky is blue, there's not a cloud to spoil the view, but it's raining, raining in my bedroom. Hi guys, so yeah, let's just clear up some of this crud, hey? Fantastic, right, well, I suppose the next thing for me to do is dry off the whiteboard so I can actually use it, eh? Hi guys, just a quick word to talk about some friends of mine who have their own renovation projects out here in Country Island that I think you'd enjoy. If you like my content, you may well like theirs. Give them a like and a subscribe. It will really help the Irish cottage sphere keep producing these videos. I am going to trademark that. They are, in no particular order, Tom and Marie at Elfin Homestead, Dave and Marie at Rural Rebuild Ireland, Nick and Lisa at Building the Nest Homestead, Jade, Darren and Tom at the Firs Homestead Island, and Lucy, Dan and Cohen at Happy Acre Homestead. I've put links to their channels in the description below. Cheers. Now on to the episode. Beautiful day. Frosty. Bit different to the days before. And the good news is, the best news that I've got from today is that the skip has gone. This is turning into a bit of a mud bath here. It's actually drivable now because it's frozen. But yeah, actually able to park my car in front of the house, which is great. So yeah, happy days. That's really good news. Very good news. Yeah, but everything's frozen. Even the boggy land down there, I think that's ice down there. Wouldn't want to go and try it out though. Wouldn't go ice skating on it. Anyway. Hello everybody. Beautiful day in Roscommon County. So we've got a bit more driveway stuff done, which is great. Yeah, really nice. Digger James has been working hard at it, and we've got some progress on the roof. Unfortunately not fixing it. Well, it is fixing it, but it's mostly ripping out the barge. As you can see there, barge is ripped off mostly. And if we go over here, so nice not having that skip here now. It's a bit of a work site here. That is all of the stuff from the fireplace. Yeah, the sun's going to be right in the way. Let's see if I can get somewhere it's not squelchy. Yeah, James has been up there hard at it. He's got his scaffold set up there so we can yeah, barge is all ripped off. You can see, look at the state of this. There's not much left of that. And if you look up there, there's not much left of those timbers up there, either the rafters. And yeah, it's yeah. So those are probably the sort of slates I'm going to be getting. I bought a few packs there thinking we're going to repair it, but obviously that plan has changed now. So the main reason I'm here today is, other than having a moment to come here in daylight, which is a rare occurrence for me nowadays, in recent times, it's actually to use the daylight. I'm going to be mounting a camera, a CCTV camera, up here somewhere. You can hear that electric noise there. So I think I'm going to have to get some wellies on, which is fine. I think they're in the boot of my car. Hope they're in the boot of my car. And yeah, we're going to be at it. But I'll show you one other thing as well. So this is, so not only was Digger James working on the roof and kind of preparing it ready for, start getting it ready for the work that's happening now in January, like in the new year. He was also doing some work on the floor of what will be my bedroom. So let's go and have a look. Nice daylight in here now. Look at that. Okay, ignore the felt that's fallen on the floor. That fell when I was here yesterday, actually. But yeah, there's the fireplace. Obviously, it kind of gives you a sense of how much how much concrete's going to get poured in here. But we have a fairly flat gravel 804 layer on top of all the rubble that we sort of salvage from other things. And you kind of get a sense of the of the light coming in now. You see where the barge has been ripped off here and off there. But yeah, you can sort of see what's going on there. Obviously that tank system, that's all coming out. But yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. This is actually now a safe room to walk around in. It's kind of strange being in a room where you can actually walk around. Yeah, and actually walk from one side of the room to the other without tripping over, falling over, stumbling on. And yeah, you kind of get a sense of the sort of scale of it all, really. Yeah, you can see that old woodworm frass. See, unfortunately, the woodworm has had its way with nearly all of those rafters, at least this end of the house. And it looks like the other end of the house at the corner, basically at the exposed corners. And it's, yeah, it's a fickle thing, the way it works. It just doesn't seem to always make sense. But yeah, anyway. Right, I best go and get on with what I'm getting on with. Be filming stuff that you probably will see before you see this. So you're kind of getting a bit of this is a behind the scenes of stuff that's already been seen. If that makes sense. I think it makes sense. Anyway, cheers. Big thank you to my mate Graham for sending me these lovely little Christmas gifts over. Cheers, buddy. And I also bought a very nice drone off of him, which you'll be seeing some footage of hopefully in the new year. Well, thanks a lot, Graham. Cheers, buddy. You're flying, lads.
It was just a Christmas joke. Let me put the copper back.
What's going on today, eh? Let's see how the camera's doing. Hi. Oh, still there. I think I need to reposition the solar panel. It's working. Did a good job. And that's just me. I've got an alert there just to say motion. Yeah. Cheers, Alan. Look at this. Bit of electrics. Thanks very much, mate. We've got some temporary electrics going on, haven't we? We've got some stuff sorted out. So now we can take out the roof without worrying too much. Oh, that's brilliant, Alan. Cheers, buddy.
Do
you want to say anything?
So if you want any electrical work, AC Electrical's your man.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. AC Electricals. Cheers, buddy. And look at this. We've got this light now. So now I can see at night again.
Fall over in the dark.
Now I can see myself while I'm falling over. No, happy days. That's a great job. And now all the electrics are safe, so we can actually rip out all the electrics out of the house. So that's the end of the safety first.
Safety first.
End of the old. All right, cool. Thanks a lot, Alan.
No problem. It's bigger cable in it.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, happy days. That's perfect.
See if it works well.
Yeah, right, yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll wait for it, yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Whee! It only sparked a little bit.
Hey?
It only sparked a little bit.
That's good. That's a think about them. Overnight, that'll light that up.
Oh, that will. I know, that is.
Might need to adjust the thing on it now and again because it comes during the day. It'll come on during the day.
Yeah.
Why don't we do it about dusk?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
what did you do? Have you got it on a switch or is it?
No, it's sensors, main battle. So we're in the break up now. These.
And I just wanted to pick up on something when I was talking to Alan, when Alan was here yesterday. I just wanted to say that this is just temporary. This is not what we would normally... This is not a sign of the normal quality of work. This is a temporary thing just to... There we go. Just to get it going. And obviously we're using the old vent hole for the power for that light. Just so that it's nice to walk out here. Unfortunately, the wind's had this door smashed because it doesn't shut properly and latch. So that's unfortunately gone. I thought I'll show you this. This is probably a bit dark. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I can see it's a bit grainy. The camera struggles a little bit. Is it the ISO settings? Someone else will know. Anyway, yeah. Got a couple of sockets there. We've kind of repurposed some sockets and we've used this little Hager one here with the proper breakers in it. And yeah, that's just a temporary thing, just so we got power. So now the good news is all this wiring that's on the floor here, I can remove everything. I can remove all the wiring from the house now. So that's what I'm going to be doing in just a minute. Just wanted to get some of this wiring out. So I'll get the light on, plugged in, probably these work lights. And yeah, we'll get going with removing stuff. So we're going to get the wire cutters out somewhere. I've got them somewhere. And yeah, we'll get going. Right, let's get to it. Right, well, let's just get this wire put in. think that's about all I can do right now. That one is connected to the light bulb in the little loft space. I had one light bulb and it was connected by a little plug. That was the thing with the plug on the end. This had a plug that went plugged in over there, and we wondered what it was for. Now we realise it was just to turn the light bulb on upstairs. Obviously, they did some stuff right. Electrics wasn't their game. So, yeah. Right, guys. Well, Happy New Year. Here's to 2026. See how wet the board is? Yeah. We can't use the board. So, back to paper. Wow, that was a great episode. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a bit of a mixed bag. And obviously, it leaves you leading up to the next phase of this renovation. So, we had some of the joist tear down. We had me doing the living room here, where I'm standing right now, where I'm getting rained on. Kitchen. James came in to do some other work. You'll see that some of the driveway. He kind of extended a bit more of the driveway stuff, which was really good of him. Some good work there. And he did the kitchen, so I kind of popped in to see him as I was off that week, but I had things to do, other things to do. So, yeah, so anyway, that was good for him to finish that. We've got Santa Claus returning the copper, the hot water tank, which is still here. It's been a bit dented by bits of timber, I think. Wiring sort out, yeah. So I had a friend of mine, Alan, who's an electrician. He came round. He kind of gave us some temporary power, as it was getting a bit dangerous, to be quite honest, like the wiring that we had, and we wanted to rip out all of the old wiring and just leave in the bare essential sockets that we needed just to keep the project going. So he did a great job there. Obviously, that's not really a mark of his work. That it was just a temporary job just to get us by. He's going to be doing a full fit out for me later on in the project, but of course need the obvious roof to be replaced on that first, and then for me to do lots of things like stud work and everything like that. So you get to see all of that coming up, and that's what I mean by the next phase. Yeah, roof repairs. Well, yeah, so we know how that went. I did sort of allude to it before. I think I've said it before as well, that actually, I think on a previous episode just before Christmas, that I'm going to need a rewire. That was a bit of a hit to me. I think when I've been a bit down in some of the videos before, it's not actually been about, some of it's been about like, some negativity or whatever, but like comments and things. But, like really very small amount, and overwhelming majority of people have been lovely. But yeah, but actually a lot of it was down to the fact that I was stressing in my head about the fact that I'm going to have to replace the roof in this house, and it was going to delay my plan of getting moved in. But Digger James and his crew, Mark, and various other guys as well, who I will name when I get the names off of James. I owe them all a big thank you for the hard work that they're doing, and they're still doing right now. Like, not right now, but like during the time that this is being filmed. They were here today, and they'll be here tomorrow probably, if the weather's not too horrible. So there'll be a big new there's a next video. I'm going to go through a bit more about the plan of what of the house and what's going to happen to it. So I need to learn a little bit about how to use things like SketchUp free and things like that, some tools like 3D tools and stuff. So I'm hoping to do that within the next week or so, so I can get that out there. I want to say a thank you to Graham, my workmate and friend. He sold me the drone, which I'm now using on a fairly regular basis, and for the Christmas gifts. In that video you saw, it got the roofing square, I think they call it, or the rafter square, and the pencils, the construction pencils. And I'm sorry what I'm doing with my hands. I don't know. I feel like Will in between us. Thanks to James and Alan and Mark, again, for all of their help. And I would like to say a thank you to Muriel, Susie and Sandra for their generous donations on Buy Me a Coffee, and to everyone else for commenting, comments of support, ideas, likes, subscriptions. The new subscribers, welcome along on this journey. and for those that hype me as well. I think I got to number 16 that last video at one point, which is really great. Yeah, so you know, anything really just helps, you know, like, and this project's getting a lot more expensive than I thought, but I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope that you'll keep following along with us on this journey. Cheers.